Good morning. We're going to do a little clearing today. Dad's got a job out here at our local humane society where he's clearing out some brush and he's going to put up a new, I think, chain link fence, I believe. I think that's what he's doing, but I worked here several years ago, and these are, I think there's 4 or 5 pins right there. They had a bunch of wood chips and junk in. They had me come in there and scrape them all out because they always stayed wet. Build them up, put screenings down, and then kind of regrade them around everything. But the problem is they base this stuff off a lot of volunteers, and they don't always have enough help. So like the grass and the weeds and stuff like that kind of grow up, which isn't a huge deal. Like those dogs go in there and run around and kind of like that, so that's not a big deal. But now they're just needing to they finally got someone to donate some money where they want to come in here on the property line. And I think it may be a wooden fence. I thought it was chain link for some reason. Just kind of take it down the property line and go all the way around the back of their property and down that other side. So they're gonna have us come in here and kind of rip out a bunch of these trees along this side and kind of open it up. This is that walking trail. I think I filmed all that. I don't know. I came over here and donated my time 6 or 7 years ago. Somebody kind of mowed it, and then the local rock quarry donated all the screenings, and I just kind of spread them out. So they got like a mile-long loop that zigzags through this woods, and they can come out here, and these volunteers can come out and take these dogs, and they just kind of run them around and just get them outside and do some exercising and stuff. But they want to kind of fence in their property and like open up some of this stuff, so we're going to just take out all this scrub brush, get this opened up where they can actually start mowing it and just using a little more of this property versus having all this brush and junk here. So Dad's been using his TB240 and his TL8 with the tree puller, but some of these are starting to get a little bit, that one's going to stay, but behind those pins, they're a little bit big. So I told him I'd come over here and spend a day and bring the 2150 and see if we can't clean some of this stuff up. We're kind of just going to pile it up for now. I think they're actually going to let them burn at some point. It's way too dry right now, but we may be able to pile up and burn some of this stuff over the winter time. We'll just have to kind of make some open area. We may even just put one spot right here. Try not to maybe make like huge fires, but just some of this stuff's pretty dead and been laying here for quite a while. But I'm just trying to open me up a spot, because once I start going along those pins, I'm going to have to take the brush down and pull it back out. So I was trying to kind of consolidate a lot of the stuff to this pile. I guess I can kind of pile. I may have to move it around a little bit more. But yeah, it's gonna have to rain and rain a lot before they can let them burn anything. I think they were hauling some of it off, but I think with as much junk's going to be here burning, it's going to be their best bet at some point, because like I said, a lot of it they deal with like donations and volunteers, so it gets real expensive to haul all this off. There's really nobody in town that has like a tub grinder or like a big mulcher or anything. I guess we could have rented a forestry mulcher, but the problem is some of these trees are still a little bit big to even use a mulcher on, so not as easy just to pluck them out. And they want the stumps out for when they put the fence in. So for the money I'd spend on renting a mulcher, it's about as easy just to come over here and pluck them all out, and then like I said, we can burn the stuff at a later date. just be a nice little clearing job. Some of this stuff is just, well, this one's dead. It's just been let go for so long. I think they didn't actually own this property before. Somebody else did, or left it to them, or donated it, or something is how they ended up with it. It's right here on the east side of the property that they already have with their facility, so it's worked out great for them. And like I said, people can come in here and volunteer and take a lot of these dogs out and exercise them and stuff. But it just needs a little TLC. made it to the end down here. Got all this stuff cleaned out. It looks pretty rough still, but now I'm going to try to go through here and kind of rake what's left of these roots and sticks and stobs and junk like that out, and then try to grade all this dirt and powder out. But it's got it cleared out, and I got a big mess back there. I need to kind of sort out a little bit better, and probably I may have to consolidate it down to like 2 different piles and kind of spread them out a little bit more, because it's pretty good size. But yeah, I'll just kind of rake through here, make sure I got all the stumps and junk out, and I'm going to try to carefully go along the edge of that road and scrape all those little, I guess, underbrush and junk out like there. So, and then we got just a pile right here. I may be able to kind of get some of these sticks and stumps and junk out of here, and then just kind of rake this pile back and fill in these low spots with it. It's probably going to be pretty easy to dig and set the fence post now. With some of these tree stumps were a pretty good size, so I can fill them in, but you can tell how dry it is, and this stuff just does not pack right now. There's like absolutely no moisture in any of this stuff, so it'll just kind of, I mean, it'll probably settle and pack in later when we start getting some rain again. But trying to work with it or do much right now, it just does not happen. So but I may have to kind of rake through here, I don't know, 2 times, 3 times, something like that, and just try to separate as much sticks and wood and debris as I can from the dirt. Just get it all cleaned up, and then we'll probably have to go through and maybe even like hand loppers or pruners or whatever, and finish cutting off or pulling out some of these little stobs, because there's just so flimsy that even trying to rake through with the excavator, you just can't get all of them. But this first pass will probably really clean it up. And like I said, I can kind of go through like roots like that, just kind of break them off. I think they're just going to let the outside part of the fence go back to grass. And they may be going to rock in between these fences and the new fence. I'm not sure. There's going to be about 7 or 8 feet, I think, between the two. Maybe a little bit more to get it on the property line. But yeah, these are the ones that are, you kind of got to gouge in there, and then you pop them out, and then you try to fill the little holes back in, but that leaves another soft spot. But that may be where some of that pile comes in handy. I can just kind of rake out and grade out. I think Dad's got his loader over here too, if we need to get that, or he may be able to even kind of slick some of this up a little bit better than I can. But it looks a whole lot better, and it really opens all this up from all that nasty brush that was in here. It's just years and years of neglect, just letting it grow up and not really maintaining it or anything. It made a decent privacy barrier, but there's just not much you could do with it, especially if you're wanting to put a fence or anything like that up. There's no way you could even walk through there or get a level fence with the roots and the stumps. But yeah, we'll just kind of get all this raked out, cleaned up, and